developer's intention to voluntarily petition for annexation of the project into the town of Rural Hall, and to memorialize that commitment through legally enforceable means or a written agreement. The attached draft resolution, prepared with the understanding that a majority of the council supports this direction, is intended to provide a framework for council discussion in light of that additional information that has been received. The proposed draft resolution 912 would supersede resolution number 901 and acknowledge the developer's written annexation commitment. It would withdraw the town's formal opposition to the project and express the council's support for the project while reserving the right to continue evaluating potential impacts and benefits. It would direct town representatives to engage in discussions regarding annexation, fiscal impacts, community benefits, infrastructure, environmental considerations, and other matters affecting the town of Rural Hall. And it would preserve the council's ability to take future action should circumstances warrant. As this is a council driven or directed initiative, I am not making a recommendation either way, other than that you discuss the impact of the new information that you have received and determine your position as a town council as outlined in the proposed draft resolution 912.
Okay. All right, we're gonna open this up for discussion before I ask for any motions or anything. I'm just gonna I'll start out with a couple of things. And why are we here? When there's already a resolution 901 was put out. Resolution 901 was adopted at our very first meeting after we found out about the data center. This project, in my opinion, has changed just about everything except two things. It's still a data center and it's located across the road. Everything else that pretty much in that original plan has been changed to a pretty good extent of different changes. Brought this back for the council to consider. Several, and I'll turn it over to y'all in just a second, but just things that have come up. It started out, and the news is still reporting that it's a 4 building. It is a 3 building. They've increased the setbacks. They've changed the way the fencing, and I'm just gonna hit some of the highlights and we can get into more discussion, because every council member has had the opportunity and has taken that opportunity to look at all the revised plans and ask any questions of the developers. That if they had questions on the new architectural renderings and the type of fencing. It has been stated that it was gonna be razor wire fencing. There is no razor wire fencing. That was probably never an intent, but that was one of the big things that's come up. But as we discussed, I'll bring up more items as we get into this discussion. We wanna make sure that everybody's got the opportunity to look over it and ask anything you'd like. Okay. Turn it over to the.
So, the section on the transportation, utility, public safety, service delivery consideration, is that part of for the fire department? Anything in here specifically given the authority for him to work, that part of it? Do we have anything about any commitments to work with the fire department?
That's what this language is intended to convey.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Public safety, when you say
Yes.
public safety, a lot of folks assume you're talking about law enforcement, but that encompasses fire and EMS.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to confirm when I read it.
Again, while it's quiet, I'll go ahead and throw out some of the things say there's, only two things that's, actually not changed. One of the things, we know that property is gonna be sold. We know it's, feel pretty much 95% sure it's gonna be sold, whether it's a data center or not. Here's, some of my thoughts on that, and I have, first of all, I wanna recognize and thank everyone, because I have not responded to the 50-some emails I received, but I will tell you that the emails are 2 to 1. 2 to 1, and I've got them all right here, and I'm sure I'll get a public records request for them, so I've already got them printed out for you. 2 to 1, when I say 2 to 1, that's for the resolution, and the other is against the changing the resolution. Some of the things that has come up, we know the land's gonna be sold. We know that right now, we have the commitment that it would be annexed into the town of Rural Hall. What does that do for the town of Rural Hall? A lot of things. My last mayor's meeting, and I even, it was quoted by me, and I did say that if they do get this project and it wasn't annexed, Rural Hall would get nothing out of it, and that is true. That goes to the county. But if it's annexed into the town of Rural Hall, then the way this is written up, at closing, if the project is approved, now let's keep in mind, the county commissioners is the ones that's gonna make a decision on whether this is gonna be rezoned. But if it is rezoned from the county commissioners and they buy that property at the closing, we will be meeting to accept that land as a part of Rural Hall. So I've been questioned several times, well, this thing's gonna be built out, it's gonna be years, Rural Hall's not gonna, they're not gonna get anything. Well, the land does have a value. I can't tell you what the value is gonna be, that'll be decided after it's sold. But the town would reap the benefits of the 130+ acres of land that would come into Rural Hall. If this does not go through, I'm pretty confident in saying we know it's gonna be developed. And I'm gonna steal a comment that I think it was the chairman of the Forsyth County Planning Board said, and I've said it years and years, and I may even say he took that idea from me. But the comment was, be careful of what you wish for. And I've used that many a times. I've also used another comment, if you don't grow, you will die. And my concerns, and I think some of them on the council, and I'm not gonna speak for you, the concern that there's gonna be, that land is great for development of starter homes, just like Chandler Place is across 52. It would not be anything to rezone it to put 300+ homes over there. Now, would it be in the town limits of Rural Hall? That would be a decision that the council would make, but I can tell you from our 300 and some homes, servicing them is not gonna be a tax benefit for this town. So with that being said, well, the property is gonna be sold. And well, the property is gonna be sold, and I'm just throwing this out to the council, and it's the developer's right to build whatever. It is a mixed use, and we can talk about the planning board. It was, 7-2, and that doesn't surprise me, because they were looking at the legacy plan. The legacy plan was planned, goes back a lot before you even talked about data centers, before you talked about loves and stuff over here. I've looked at the property. People say, why is that? That's too nice of a land for a data center. It has a power station, it has higher power transmission lines, it has the water coming. One of the biggest concerns is water and power. The city of Winston-Salem, the mayor quoted, and that the city of Winston-Salem has plenty of water to sell. Duke Energy will have to make the decision on how much power is coming. I've been said that the developer can't answer questions. Well, I kinda understand that also. He can't tell us who's gonna be there, because he doesn't know. The same as I've got a building in Durham for lease right now. I don't know who my tenant's gonna be in next month. But,
And as the mayor, you should be demanding transparency.
yeah, transparency, I'm about as transparent as I can get. That's why I'm sticking. Well, the biggest laugh of all, I always hear. But anyway, it's about as transparent. Let me tell you, in April, how did you find out about the data center?
I got a
Letter in the
from the
mail.
Planning Commission
From the developer.
Well, you were late, because we put out a notice very quickly, because at 8:30 one night, I received a call. By the Monday of the next week, 3 days later, I created a town hall meeting. A mayor's town hall meeting. I had 2 meetings that month, plus a council. There have been 7 meetings to hear your opinions.
And there needs to be more.
And, I've sat in the 7 meetings, and up until the last one, it was the same thing every meeting. Except the last meeting, the ones that were for it did come out. And we started hearing other comments. Up to that, it was pretty much a one-sided. It was put out to send emails. I have the emails. I don't know how much more transparent you want.
Well, it'd be
The
nice if you just
developer,
stick with your resolution.
the developer has put this out to us. If the county decides to do it and we do nothing, we get nothing. So that's my spiel on it until some of the council wants to speak on it.
I think y'all have done very good representing. I've seen that they listen to the people. I saw it at the zoning, meeting a couple of weeks ago.
And we appreciate you attending
Do
that.
not sell yourself short. The only reason I'm placing this vote has to do with financial, and if they don't approve it, this goes away. But it is the only way to protect us with the money. And you do have a right to disagree, but I don't get a vote, and that's the unfortunate thing. And I will share every message you have sent against it, I promise, to the commissioners. I have talked to them, but all I'm doing is making sure that, what are we gonna do after, on the 31st, if it's gone through? We're stuck. But y'all are the ones, they listen to you. I know that you do not want it. All we're trying to do is, in case, at least we're getting something off of it. If not, it's gonna be there, and whether we do this or not, the commissioners are not. They're paying attention to everything, but they are definitely not gonna say, oh, we'll house in support, it's a done deal. That's not how it works. But you people, I've seen how you've come together, and you do what you gotta do. This is not, has anything to do, I'm not calling them and saying I'm for it now. We're doing the financial best thing for this town, and that's all it is.
You're the backbone for the people.
All right.
Moral are we there for money?
I am for the
Your hall is
people.
not
I
for
said-
sale.
You're not for the people, or stand for what you said the first night.
And more revenue doesn't make a remedy for fiscal irresponsibility, and I feel like this council has shown fiscal
Okay,
irresponsibility
we're gonna
time and
move
time again.
forward. There is no discussion at this meeting.
I'd like to.
Discussing is
Have
with
a
the
backbone,
council.
Mayor.
talk?
Two bullet points brought up at the city county planning board. Proposal is inconsistent with rural hall area updates recommendation for mixed-use development of the subject property. The request is inconsistent with the recommendations for 2045. Non-residential encroachment.
Yes.
Yes.
And as you said yourself, nothing's changed to the last meeting, so I'm not changing.
Stand on your morals.
That's
I'm sure there's not a person in this room that wishes we didn't have this dilemma ahead of us. Me being one of them. But I think even as I have stated when we voted on the first resolution, we need to have options, not knowing how this will go, since we do not have that final determination. As Councilwoman Ring said, I don't want to sit here by chance that the commissioners for Forsyth County approve it, leaving us holding the bag, not receiving anything in return. And that's not saying they're gonna approve it or not. We don't know. But we also have to realize the state that the county is in financially. And you also have to realize that's affecting the town of Rural Hall as well. The cost of everything, cost of us providing services to the town is consistently going up. The only way to address that is to cut services and or raise taxes. I don't think any one of you in the town of Rural Hall want to do either one. I don't. It also, on the table is a new contract for the fire district that Forsyth County is working on. That is still yet to be determined and finalized. It doesn't look favorable to the town of Rural Hall to continue this level of service we're providing, not only to the town of Rural Hall, but to the fire district. Once again, do we raise taxes? Do we cut back services? These are all things that are, if not happening today, they will happen in the very near future.
They will happen anyway.
So in one respect,
And the land will
the
sell.
money that we potentially stand to receive from a data center being across the street would assist in a lot of those issues.
It's less than you think.
I'd rather have
It's less money than you think. So you're selling the heart of Rural Hall? You're selling the heart of
Has
Rural Hall?
anyone, we have the SB 730 Senate bill that's passed the House, went through the Senate, and is back in the House to be passed. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that bill, but it is addressing data centers and all the guidelines that have to be. The state, once that goes past, it will become effective immediately. I've asked point blank to the developers, where do they stand if that bill is passed? They are right dead in it. They will not have to make any changes to be in line with what the state is requiring.
Don't they pull out what's constructed? It doesn't
Keep
matter.
up. Also,
This is our community. This is our community.
the land across the road is outside of our town limits.
And let's
And
keep
I'm-
it that
Let's
way.
keep it that
You're clapping now, but you weren't clapping last year when we raised taxes.
They already.
And
It happens. There's no guarantee. We get a refund.
I'm telling you here, this project will help lower taxes in this town.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
electric bills.
We'll have no water. And it'll be compensated with the higher electric bills.
Well,
I call it, put the water.
and then I would advise y'all to get your facts.
The pot calls the kettle black.
Hey, I'm gonna call this to order. You're out of order. If this meeting will
We're out of order.
continue, I will call the vote here. I'm trying to discuss this with the council. This is gonna be a council's decision.
You don't even have a contract.
That's
right. We're sold. You're
Let
going
me
off
tell you,
promises.
see, I'm just gonna, and I'm not gonna get back to answering questions. I said our legal counsel wasn't here. This has been reviewed. It is a binding, it is, a contract, so, to speak.
So just vote.
Let me tell you, like I said, I have spent a lot of time, a lot of hours. And I'm not gonna argue with you about it because this is the council's decision.
We know you talked to Montrose and Brox a lot.
Vote.
Meeting, who here?
But
And
you're
this
not
was
allowed to
at
have
the planning board meeting.
I was not there and it was misrepresented.
We know that.
All right, I'm gonna clear the room. Have you ever had a room cleared?
Sorry, guys.
I'm telling you.
Clear your job.
You
Because we
listen,
want to see
you
how people
listen,
vote.
Yeah.
okay?
Alright.
All right. No, I don't, raising the hands does not get a comment period. This is not public comment.
She's being the most respectful here.
Okay. Just want to mention one other thing and, to the council. I've heard at a lot of our meetings, and like I said, I've been, we've had 7 meetings. There was 2 at the public library. So there's been a lot of opportunity to voice opinions, voice concerns. I've received emails and I've, got them all here. I know y'all have gotten a lot of emails. It was, I had to actually call, someone and ask them, what in the world am I getting all these emails for? I didn't realize it was posted online to send all of us emails. But we did get them, and I hope you've had an opportunity to read them. And I've said all along, I said it at the first meeting, I would try to stay neutral in this because I have to represent, and this council has to represent every citizen in this town. Not just the few that want to be loud.
Majority.
And you can say whatever you want. The town has 3,500 residents.
I'll make sure everyone votes against you.
Well, and that's fine. And you know what? Work on it.
If you sell out.
No, I'm not selling out.
Stand up.
I'm not selling out.
You live in Bellstate. You live in Bellstate.
I live in town, I live right behind it. Right behind it, Circle Drive.
All right,
Right behind it. Then you got a voice. 90% people don't.
Thank you.
We live around here, we do have a voice.
I'm looking at it every damn day.
So do I.
Those are looking at the home.
I'd rather look at a home.
All right.
than kill us.
Well, I'm glad you did have that stand up and at the, planning board meeting, that majority of the people there did not live in the town of Rural Hall, and we know it, you know it as well as I do. Okay.
What
I
about
am
those of us
going
who are within
to,
500 feet and aren't
I'm
in
going
the
to
town of
ask
Rural Hall?
for, entertain a
It
motion.
affects us too.
I'm going to entertain a motion
You literally
to
told them
move
to
forward.
not residents vote.
Mayor, I move to, make a motion to move to adopt resolution 912.
Got a motion, do we have a second? I have a second, is there any discussion? Other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Show that was 3-1.
Finally heard from both.
All right, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So,
Motion
do
to
we
adjourn
vote
by
it down?
Councilman, or, Mayor